go live, it's not showing. That don't make sense to me. Okay. I'm testing something because every time I go live, it does not show that I'm live. That's aggravating. Hmm. I guess. Let me see if I can see it. Sorry, I'm trying to test to see if when I'm live, I got another phone over here. Why it doesn't show up? Because at the end of live, it'll be like private, and I'm like, what the heck? I'm trying to get on here and let me see here. I'm gonna turn this down. Da, 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 da. Okay, I'm guessing it's working. Maybe because I fixed it the last time. Let me put something on my lips. Okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my live. Let me put something on my lips. Lipstick. Okay. Hello, welcome to my live. For those of you that don't know, you can call me Lisa. And I'm still yet trying to figure out a name for my YouTubers. I wanted to come on here live, and I'm trying to build my momentum on doing lives and sharing some of the things that I've been through, gone through, still going through, and trying to get through it. And also, changed my name because I think it fits the lifestyle. Now, one would probably be probably like running towards another direction. No, we need to run to the topic, and the topic is mental health. Disclaimer: I'm not a doctor, psychiatrist, psychologist, therapist, social worker, none of the above. But I have worked in the medical profession before. Registered child care provider, I still am, and license. I had a licensed daycare at one time. Now, what's the difference between the two? There is a difference. In the state where I live at, I'm registered through the state. Okay, so I can get kids that's financially under the guidelines. The mom can work, the dad can work, whoever's taking care of the children. The state will pay, but we need to stop thinking that you have to be on a fixed income. That's what it is. It's for income based or regular. You can have a good job, but they take everything into consideration for your bills and everything like that. So I've been registered since November of 1999, still have the same number. I do not do it now, and the reason why is because I'm doing other things. I didn't watch raise kids almost feel like all my life, okay? I raised three of my siblings. Um, One was 14. I was, okay, so we 3 years, about, she was 14, 15. So we're 3 years apart. I was 18. She lived with me and my children's father, my husband. At the time, he wasn't. He was my boyfriend, but he ended up being my husband. And we took care of her for about 3.5, maybe 4 years. Then my brother which was the youngest, and my baby sister. So I had three siblings under me. I'm the second one. Um, I raised them too. And I raised them like they was mine. They lived with me, slept with me. I bought them clothes, everything, taught them wrong, rights, all that. And when I say wrong, what not to do, okay? Then fast forward, we was in the military. My kid's father was in the United States Army and the Army Reserves. How was he in the Army Reserves? Well, once he got out of the Army, he went straight into the Army Reserves. So I said he was in either both of them. And so he joined when he turned 28 years old. I didn't know him. Um, I'm a Kansas native. He's a Floridian. I'm a widow. I have four grown adult children, one son, three daughters. I have three granddaughters, two grandsons, and I have four that's going to be 12, and the baby is 9. Okay. So, what makes me interested in talking about these topics is because oftentimes they shy away from it. Oftentimes, a lot of people don't have nowhere to go. Oftentimes, we don't have no one to talk to, no support. I'm still living that. I've been through it for forever. And when I say no, we cannot compare anyone. Let me make sure I turn off the do not disturb. You cannot compare no one to the next person, meaning my kid's father. I say kid's father, people act like they don't like that, but it's a habit. My husband, he was my children's father, and I'm proud to say it. All four of them. And it's just that when I met him, my life had changed, okay, in a big positive way, a good way. That's when my happiness in my life started, okay? Everyone always say God first. Let me say this disclaimer. At the head, top, bottom of my life, God is always there, okay? Always. Without a doubt. I ain't even thinking about it. I don't even want to blink wrong. But we're human. God did not say we wasn't supposed to cry or have feelings. Now, it's in the Bible about worrying and stressing and all that stuff. Everything that we have been through, and if we need an answer to it, go to the Bible type of thing, right? Well, not topic thing, go to the Bible. And that's what I do now. Mental health goes a long ways. Now, sometimes we say things is hereditary. Okay, that could be true. But I don't believe everything is hereditary. I believe like what happens in our lives along the way can cause mental health issues. And why I say that is because you can be brought up into a loving home. I mean, when I say loving, you seen love, you felt love. No, nobody um, argue in front of the kids, no fighting, nothing. Mom and dad might not be perfect, but they didn't let you see anything. But it wasn't nothing bad because sometimes, even if you don't see it, the energy you can feel, right? Well, I can honestly say my older sister, I'm the second. She's older than me, the one that is sick. She's still sick. And as I stated, she has congested heart failure. Now, did I get into the real seriousness of it? Okay, one would probably say, okay, she got congested heart failure. No, I haven't told the whole story about that either. Mm. So my older sister, I had always said this. She said I was a chosen one. I always have been the way I was. My older sister told me this. Each one of my sisters, I have three sisters. My mom had four girls. I had a brother, but somebody took his life. And when I said had a brother, my mom didn't birth him. Okay. But he was still my brother because we got him when he was a baby. Okay. So my mom had four girls. I don't care if she didn't have him. I don't care if it was blood or not. When my mama got our brother, my mom and dad, that is, because I was brought up in a two-parent home, okay? My mom and dad married young, okay? And so I wasn't brought up into a different household with my mom being with another man or my dad being with another woman. No. But my mom ended up, getting married again. She had two husbands, which my dad was the first, and they was married over 20 something plus years. And then my dad had got married again, but didn't no other woman or man raise me. Much respect to my mom's spouse, my dad's too. Never disrespected, but I'm just keeping it real. I have always been very, very responsible. I don't know if it had anything to do with me being shy, timid, easy to cry, just a lot of things um, that I experienced. My children's father, when he came into my life at the age of 18, that's when my life changed. And when I said my life changed, I mean my life changed. He helped me heal. He didn't mold me, he didn't control me. He was older than me, but he loved me. He really, really loved me. I can't stress that enough. He loved his children to the point to where his first wife, they was high school sweethearts, was her idea, why don't you go into the army? Because just out of school, he went straight working for Coca-Cola. He worked for Coca-Cola Company for 10 years. That speaks volume there. Went into the military. When you go to your first duty station, you got to do the basic training when you're getting into the military, and um, you got to be locked in for 6 weeks to 8 weeks because nothing you did wrong, but it's all in preparations. And then when he finally got situated, then you could get your family, because we those that knows about the military life, sometimes you go overseas, sometimes you go to a different state, and your family can't go until they get all the necessary housing and paperwork done. I lived it. My kid's father went to Germany before I did, but we got to go over there earlier because the commander, first sergeant, or whoever allowed him and his friend that had enough space, and we was able to come and live with him the right way. So anyhow, I met him. He helped me with my brothers, my sister, my oldest sister, her daughter's father. We took care of my brother, my baby sister, and then my other sister. So, like I said, I have three younger siblings. So there was one under me, two sisters under me, and my brother, and I have one older than me. We took care of them. We raised them. We didn't know where our mom was, but where was your father? He didn't know. He didn't know the situation that we was going through for us, taking care of the siblings. And the reason being is, say for instance, if you come to pick them up for visitations, we didn't think to say nothing because hey, my mom's grown too. She was supposed to come back. So we were like, we tattling. You know what I'm saying? She's a grown woman. So it's almost like we was there to babysit. Okay. So it wasn't like we knew at that point that our lives was going to change. My sister got pregnant. She was pregnant, about to have her baby. So she had her own place coming up. So she moved. Me and my fiance at the time, my kid's father. Well, actually, he was my fiance. He was my boyfriend, but honey ended up being my fiance shortly therefore after. But he asked the proper way, like the old school way. How would you feel if I take your daughter from you? Could I ask your daughter hand in marriage type of thing? And that's what we did. Okay. And so my mom knew. My dad eventually knew. And I say that because my mom and dad weren't living together at the time. Okay. So we end up having to move out of the apartment that my mom had because we didn't know where she was. Okay. And this was almost 2 years. Okay. So we did a missing person report, all the things. Matter of fact, the picture we took was my mom and my husband. Okay, he wasn't my husband, but I'm saying he's my husband now. And so, recent photo, and that was the recent one. So we didn't want to give nothing of her 10 years ago. It was like within, oh goodness. So we got August, September, so 4 months, because why I'm thinking this is because we took it on the 4th, and then it was Thanksgiving. Okay, so 4 months. So the photo was just 4 months old. We ended up having to move. My sister had this place in the same area as my mom, but a little ways down on in the same apartment complex, but another part of it. I ended up moving to, like I said, I'm a Kansas native, Fort Riley, Kansas, Big Red One, salute. And that's when my life changed. I love talking about it. And oftentimes people say, why did you bring up your past? This was a good moment. And I was so sad too, bittersweet too, because I was still young, but I felt safe because this person that I met kept up his to what he said he was going to do as a husband, boyfriend for me to the utmost. So fast forward, why am I talking about this? I'm talking about mental health, how important it is, why people shy away from it. I do not like shying away from it because as a kid, I didn't talk. So once I got my voice, and when I tell people this, I know they probably say, I can't tell. That's because once I got my voice and got the help that I needed, I don't care about going sitting on somebody's couch, talking about therapist, counselor, whoever it may be, a pastor. Yes, I will. And I have. Because if I was going to have kids, if I wanted to start a marriage and life with someone, I already was going into it being a certain way, but I didn't tell the person it, the person saw it. So we say it for what it is. I'm not one for telling nobody a whole bunch of uh, lies or stories and convincing and manipulating. No, saw with their own eyes how I was being treated as an 18-year-old. Okay, so we go past that. So I'm talking about the depression. I could have been a very, very depressed, abusive mom. Yes, I could have, but I didn't want to be, and that wasn't me. And I worked on me. I didn't want to be like how I got treated. So when we talk about mental health, people have a tendency of wanting to think that a person that had mental health problems is cuckoo for cocoa puffs. No, we're not. Oh goodness, hold on. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to put on mute because I was waiting on a really important phone call, and I'm glad I did. So, anywho, I didn't want to be that type of parent towards my kids or anything like that. And, because that's how people feel, like the stereotypes feel like I was abused. I mean, abusing my kids or stuff like that. No, we have to break generational curses. Okay. My kids is my world. My grandchildren is my world. And I'm gonna tell you, the only trigger I think I really have for real, I don't like hearing kids cry. I don't like to see. he is hungry or hear that they're hungry. Like my granddaughter called me and she said, Grandma, remember we had that conversation in the restroom? Because what happened is she's not here, she's another state, and it was noisy. So I said, go in the bathroom and talk to me. So we went in there. That's why she said that. And we was talking about something, and I was telling her something, and she called me and she said, you remember when you said if I need this? So that's what that was about. And I told her, yeah. And that's about not being hungry, but she wanted something. This phone now, I'm gonna have to keep it like that because my sister's on her way. Um, the one that I raised, the one that I helped her on her weight loss journey. Lived with her for 2 years and 3 months. She didn't even know I was gonna do all that. I love my family. And I'm gonna have to cut this off short, but typically don't nobody call or nothing, but it's something important, and I'm not being fake or nothing. And if my sister need to fill out some paperwork or print out something, see, I try to keep everybody together, and I don't act like a mom, but to my sisters, but I do in a sense because I raised them. I took care of the first time can remember as far back as babysitting. I was 10 years old, and me and my older sister, so she had to be 11 because we 10 months apart. We used to go to my uncle's house, his oldest brother's house, and on the weekend they used to go to church and garage sales. My uncle was a deacon, and my aunt was a lady of the church. Worked with the ladies and in the choir, and they travel and stuff, and Roman sales. And we used to go over there and babysit. So now I said 10, right? And then I used to babysit my siblings. And so I feel like I am the way I am because of how I had to be. I had to be this way. But I'm not saying it in a bad way either, because you know what? Sometimes you go through a lot of things in life, but also the experience of what you went through in life to make you see something, different. Like I said, my mom, I can't say I didn't see her cook, clean. My mom was a very clean, organized woman. She catered and planned parties and got people ready for the proms and all kinds of things. She did the hair, had outfits and stuff, sold by tailors, people that sold clothes, dresses and stuff. I remember she had me an outfit. So, because I was very tall, linky, and she used to have this one lady where we lived at. She used to go over a bridge, and the lady made my mom's clothes. My mom was a plus size woman, but my mom was also a small woman. She went to Weight Watchers and lost. She went from 300 plus pounds to 175. She was on TV and everything. Yes. hmm And so my mom was beautiful. My mom was always a plus size person. She lost weight, yes, she did, but she always used to tell us she loved food and she experienced obesity periodically throughout her life. So I speak about depression. I speak about our well being. I speak about mental health. I have a daughter that I take care of financially, emotionally, support, clothes, groceries, that type of thing. Yeah. And so, and other children and grandbabies. So I'm gonna conclude this live right here. I'm gonna leave a little bit left. I'm not gonna forget the topics that I'm talking about. I gotta get off here. My sister's heading over here so we can do some important paperwork. And I hope this helps anyone or If you have any questions, comment down below, like the video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your notifications if you want to know. Because, honey, I have a lot to talk about. And I'm not just talking about depressed, sad stuff. I like to talk about uplifting things. I like to talk about journeys. I like to talk about cooking, grocery shopping. I have another YouTube channel. Okay. I don't want to mix that one up with this one. But I hope y'all have an amazing holiday season's greetings to you and your family. Until the next one.